Imagine you are born with a bank account, but this account does not hold money. It holds time and energy. The ancient Taoists called this currency Jing. Most men live their entire lives in biological bankruptcy. They spend their currency faster than they can earn it. They chase cheap dopamine. They scroll, they release, they deplete. And when the account hits zero, that is death. In the West, we are taught that the sexual drive is just a biological itch, something to be scratched. We call the aftermath post-nut clarity. But let's be honest, for most men, it is post-nut depression. That sudden drop in ambition, that inability to hold eye contact, that heavy brain fog, that is the sound of your reactor leaking. Nature has designed you to reproduce. Biologically, you are disposable. Once you pass on your genes, nature is done with you. This is called shun, going with the flow. It leads to decay. But the alchemists asked a radical question. What if we hack the system? What if, instead of using this fuel to create a baby outside of us, we use it to create a spirit body inside of us? Ancient texts describe Jing not just as fluid, but as the most condensed form of matter in the universe. Think about it. A single drop contains the blueprint for a human nervous system, a skeleton, a brain, and a soul. Modern science tells us that this fluid is rich in lecithin, phosphorus, and high-grade proteins. The exact same nutrients found in your cerebrospinal fluid and your brain tissue. The Daoists realized this 2,000 years ago. They called the brain the sea of marrow, and they believed the fuel for this sea comes from below. This is not just Eastern mysticism. The most powerful men in Western history knew this. Napoleon Hill, who studied the world's richest men, dedicated an entire chapter to sex transmutation. He observed that men who achieved the impossible rarely wasted their seed. They took that raw, aggressive drive and channeled it into their empire. But here is where history gets interesting. According to the ancient archives of the Han Dynasty, there were 3 schools of bedchamber arts. The pleasure school taught emperors how to have endless sex without releasing, purely for enjoyment. But the true alchemists rejected this. They said, to seek pleasure through retention without transformation is like cooking sand and hoping for rice. You cannot just hold the energy. You must move it. To move the energy, you must understand the wiring of your machine. There are 2 main cables. Cable 1, the due meridian, governor vessel. It runs from the perineum, up the spine, over the head, to the upper lip. This is the river of Yang. Cable 2, the Ren meridian, conception vessel. It runs from the lower lip, down the throat and chest, back to the perineum. This is the river of Yin. Normally, this circuit is broken. There is a gap in the mouth. This is why Daoist masters keep their tongue pressed against the roof of the mouth. They call this the magpie bridge. When the tongue touches the palate, the switch is flipped, the circuit is closed, the energy can flow. Here is the danger. If you practice retention, NoFap, but you do not close the circuit, the pressure builds up in the bottom. This creates dragon fire. You feel angry. You feel anxious. You get blue balls. And eventually, the pressure cooker explodes in a wet dream. We must open the valve. Stop. Listen closely. Before we initiate the protocol, we must establish the safety rules. The techniques we are about to decode, specifically ancient Qigong, Qigong, and Sexual Alchemy, deal with high-voltage biological energy. First, this is not medical advice. These methods are drawn from esoteric texts thousands of years old. They have not been verified by modern Western clinical trials. You are the sole pilot of your vessel. Proceed at your own risk. Second, the danger of qi deviation. If you force the energy, if you strain your muscles, or if your mind is unstable and filled with fear, the energy can get stuck. This can lead to anxiety, physical pain, or erratic emotions. The golden rule is Yi Dao, Qi Dao. Imagination leads, energy follows. Never use force, only use gentle intention. If you have a history of mental instability, heart conditions, or high blood pressure, consult a professional before attempting this. Do not play with fire if you cannot control the heat. If you accept these terms, let us begin the orbit. Now, we execute the protocol, the Xiao Zhou Tian, the Microcosmic Orbit. Please listen carefully. Do not force the energy. Imagination leads. Energy follows. Step 1. The seal. Sit with your spine straight. Relax your shoulders. Bring your mind to the Hui-Yin point, the perineum. Gently, very gently, contract this muscle, like you are stopping the flow of urine. This seals the bottom gate. The leak is plugged. Step 2. The transformation. Focus on your lower abdomen. Imagine a fire burning there. This heat turns the liquid Jing into gaseous qi. Only gas can rise. Liquid cannot. Feel the warmth building. Step 3. The inhale. Take a deep, slow breath. As you inhale, imagine drawing that white steam from the perineum up the tailbone. Pull it up the lower back, past the kidneys, past the shoulder blades, up the neck, and to the crown of the head. Do not strain, just guide it with your mind. Step 4. The nourishment. Hold your breath at the top for 3 seconds. Rotate your eyes internally to look at the center of your brain. Feel the energy diffusing into the Niwan Palace, the pineal gland. This is Huan Jingbu now. You are feeding the brain with superfuel. Step 5. The exhale. Touch your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Exhale slowly. Let the energy flow down like a cool waterfall, down the face, the throat, the heart, and settle safely into the navel. You have completed one orbit. You have recycled the fuel. Common pitfall, stagnation. If you feel a headache or pressure in the chest, you have moved the energy up, but failed to bring it down. Do not panic. Stop the practice. Rub your hands together until they are hot. Place them on your navel. Focus your mind on your feet. Ground yourself. The energy must always return to the storage center, the Dantian. Never leave it in the head. When you master this, you will see the 3 signs of alchemy. 1. The golden heat. Your abdomen will feel like a warm battery even in cold weather. 2. The magnetic eye. People will respect you without you speaking. Your gaze holds weight. The Shen, spirit, is shining through. 3. Mental crystallization. The brain fog vanishes. You wake up with energy. You require less sleep. The system is upgraded. The ancient alchemists speak of Bai, Re, Ju, Ji. The 100 days of foundation building. It takes about 100 days to repair the leaks in your vessel and fill the battery to maximum capacity. This is not easy. We live in a world designed to milk you. Pornography, outrage, fear, they are all extraction scripts. To retain your essence is the ultimate act of rebellion. Stop being a leaking vessel. Start building your golden body. Join the resistance. This is Spirit Mechanics. We decode the ancient tech for the modern mind. Subscribe and upgrade your software.